Hi, I'm Victoria. Welcome to the beginning of my Reading Rush vlog. I'm very excited for this stay-at-home Reading Rush vlog, and so is Dusty. He's very pumped. And if you don't know about it, I'll just link it down below so you can see, but I'm sure most of you who are watching this already know about it. But for the Reading Rush, there are some challenges. But before I get into the books that I'm going to be reading that will fulfill the challenges, I'm actually going to try to get to the end of part 3 of Mistborn because I'm buddy reading this with Rainy Day Reads, and I would like to get to that before I jump into the next books. So first, I'm going to be sitting down, getting to the end of part 3 of Mistborn. Then, once I finish doing that, which I hope to do this afternoon, I will be picking up Beach Read by Emily Henry, and this is going to fulfill the challenge of hopefully a book that will make me smile, and also a book set somewhere where I would like to go, or somewhere you would wish to go. And for that, I'm just gonna say the beach. I would love to go to the beach, but we can't because all the beaches are closed here in Southern California. So that is for those challenges. And then I'm also going to be picking up, oh, it's so heavy and I can't barely hold it up, but it is Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter, and it has a house on the cover, so that fulfills that challenge. And I'm going to be reading this probably in the same room. I mean, I'll probably read all of these books in the same room, to be honest, but definitely this one because I need like a good table space or lap space to like lay this book out, since it is large and kind of difficult to read comfortably, so I need a place where I have space. So it'll be in this room. I'll either lay it out on my coffee table and read it, or sit with it in my lap. But currently, someone else is taking up my lap. So we'll have to start with Mistborn, and then eventually get to Harry Potter. And yeah, I'm really excited. This was a Book of the Month book, and I just joined Book of the Month. This is my first ever Book of the Month book, so I'm really pumped to get into this. So today is Thursday, the first day of the Reading Rush, and I have pretty much accomplished everything that I needed to accomplish today. Work-wise, I have finished everything. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm done working for the day, doing distance learning with my students, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into Mistborn, and I'm really liking it a lot. So excited to get to the end of part 3. Brandon Sanderson is not disappointing with Mistborn. It's really fast-paced, really exciting, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna dive into Mistborn. Hello, it is now a couple hours later. I have, I don't know why my dogs are freaking out. They think someone's at the door, but there's no one there. I finished part 3 of Mistborn, and whew, man, it ended on kind of a sad note. So I'm like, oh no, are they gonna be okay? But I'm sure there is a lot more to happen. And so we're not giving up hope yet. But man, this is just something I've been thinking about while reading this. So I read Elantris first as my first like Cosmere book, and Elantris was good, but it had a lot of like what you would call info dumping, which is a thing that happens in fantasy, and sometimes you can't help it because fantasy worlds are often really dense and the author just wants to give you as much information as possible. And so Elantris definitely felt like there were chunks of the book that were like all politics and like all information, and then you would have some action. And this book is a lot different in that we are building the world through the action and alongside the action. So that's something that I've found that I really have appreciated about Mistborn, is that instead of like giving me all the information at once, Sanderson does a really good job of moving the plot forward and also giving you information at the same time. And so you really learn things like little by little, which makes it very readable, just very like compulsively readable, and it makes you want to continue and read the next chapter and the next chapter and the next chapter. I feel like I read this really fast, and if I wasn't reading other books at the same time, I'm sure I would have finished this in like a few days. But I kind of enjoy that I'm taking my time with it, and that Rainey and I are just doing like a section every week. So yeah, but I do really want to know what happens next. But it is time to put Mistborn aside because it is now time to start our planned reading for the reading rush. So before I do that though, it's about dinner time. My husband went out for a moment to go pick something up, but I'm actually going to start making dinner. We're going to make some spaghetti and meatballs and probably some garlic toast. So I'm going to go get that started and get ready for Julio to come home and then eat some dinner. We've got the meatballs in the sauce. Meatballs are frozen right now, but they will be not frozen soon. Boiling the water, and we are rolling for dinner. So Julio, do you want to tell us what you got?
I got a brand new Gretsch. Well, not a brand new, but it's it's a Gretsch Electromatic Jet, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's a two-tone, red, white. I don't know how well that'll pick up over there. But here, I'll bring it a little closer. You can see the magic of the gold.
And why did you get this guitar?
It's a really bright, sort of sparkly, shimmery sort of sound.
Dang.
Mainly got it to play at church, a lot of worship stuff. So
Worship guitar. Pretty excited, eh?
yeah, sounds good.
Well, dinner is ready to go. It's looking pretty mighty. Some mozzarella cheese to go on top. Some beers. Julio found these at our local market. And it's a sour beer, and it's passion fruit, and it's delicious. But he's more of a pale ale guy, so ready to chow down. Hi everybody. I'm in my bedroom, so please ignore the mess. The bedroom is always a mess. But I wanted to update you. Today is Friday, April 17th, and I finished my late morning workouts and showered, and now it's like noon. So that's just kind of how my quarantine schedule has been going. I usually like work out in the morning really late, and then I get ready. Well, sometimes I do some work and then I get ready, or sometimes I get ready and then I do some work. But I think today I've already kind of accomplished work things already by like noon. There wasn't a lot to do on this Friday. I'm kind of working more like Monday through Thursday, and then at least this Friday is not that much. But last night I stayed up kind of late reading a little bit of Beach Read, and I'm about 60 pages in. And just to give you an idea of what Beach Read is about. Beach Read is about a young lady who has a little bit of a life shakeup. She has a perfect life until something happens, and I won't go into too many details, but her life is different now, and she is sort of kind of trying to learn how to trust people again. She is just kind of in a weird funk of a place, and she's an author, so she has to write a book by the end of the summer, and to kind of get away from everyone, she ends up going to this beach house, and this beach house has sort of a sordid history that's tied to her problems. Again, I don't want to say too much, but she's going to this beach house to write her book. And lo and behold, her next door neighbor at the beach house is actually an old college rival, and he has actually like made it big. He writes like serious novels and she writes romances, and she's not like a huge fan of him, and he's very rude and kind of like aloof, and he's got like that serious author vibe, and he looks down on romance readers, and she is not excited that, hi Dusty, she's not excited that he is her neighbor. So that's where we are, and I know from the synopsis that they eventually decide to switch places, and she's going to try to write a serious, like highbrow literature book, and then he's going to try to write a romance, and I think they're going to try to prove to each other that, you know, they both can do the other person's job, and I'm sure that antics will ensue, and I'm sure there's a romance that's going to develop, if I know anything about romance books. And yeah, that's kind of all I know so far. It is very funny. It's very humorous. It's very easy to read. It's very modern. I'm kind of in a shock because I was just reading Mistborn, which is like a totally different world, and now I'm in a book that's in like current times, current world. And that's kind of giving me like culture shock a little bit. It's weird to read references to like Michael Kors and Bloomberg Business Week, you know, and like things like that. So want to get further in. I think I'll actually read a little bit first. I was thinking about maybe practicing today first and then reading, but it is the reading rush, so I think I'm gonna read a little bit more first, and then maybe later today I will do some practicing. So yeah, I think next is some lunch and some more reading. I'm excited. You might have noticed Dusty in the background while I was talking, and he was trying to get under the covers. This is what he did. He got himself nice and cozy. Huh, Dusty. He loves blankets like so much. He would rather be under the blankets than be in a person's lap. He is obsessed with blankets. Quick update. We are feeding the dogs. It is dinner time. They're chowing down. I had to do some work after all in the afternoon today, but I'm now on page 120-ish of Beach Read, and I'm liking it more and more. I don't read a lot of contemporary romantic plotline books, but this one I think is done really well, and I think I'm gonna like this book. I was a little bit not sure at first. There's some like curse words. There's some things that, you know, I don't always tolerate in books, but this I think is going to be really cute, and I really like the plot. I really like the characters. The characters have depth, which I always need in a romance type book. So I think this is going to be a hit with me, just predicting it now. But it's also Friday night. I think we're going to get some takeout, some burgers and fries, most likely, and kind of just celebrate the end of another quarantine work week. And we'll see where the night takes us. So funny enough, Julio and I this morning, unknowingly, both put on Dream Theater t-shirts, which is a great band that if you don't know them, you should go check them out. It was actually our first date, was a Dream Theater concert was our first date.
The first ever date of us.
What? Yes. So Julio got some burgers and onion rings. Mm-hmm. So we're excited about that. We're going to watch something and consume said meal. Maybe more Disney things. We watched Jungle Book last night, which I forgot to tell you last night. And
A+.
It was excellent. I hadn't seen Jungle Book in a long time.
Music was so good.
Yeah, we were very impressed. The music. It was very 60s, and the whole musical score was just orchestrated really well, and it had some really cool woodwindy solos, had this awesome bass flute solo, which I may be the only person that cares about that, but
I enjoyed that.
It was good. It was good. Music was really good. So I don't know what we're going to watch, but we are excited about some burgers and onion rings. I'll flip you around so you can see. There it is. In its glory.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus in its glory. We ended up watching Iron Man, which I have had a goal to watch the Marvel movies from the beginning to the current ones, because I haven't seen like any of the new ones in the last like 4 years, so I haven't seen like any of the new Avengers movies or anything like that, so I want to go through and watch them all. So we start with Iron Man, because that is the first one, all the way back in 2008, and it's a good movie, and I always liked Iron Man, and I remembered like Robert Downey Jr. is excellent in the role, and it's like everything you would want from a superhero movie. I think it's well done. Yeah, it was a good initial movie for them. What do you think, Julio?
I am Iron Man.
He's Iron Man. Yeah, and I like how it ends.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tony Stark is just such a good character. And you can't help but love him even though he's so like egotistical. You still love him. So, it was a good movie, I thought. I'm thinking like a 9.5 out of 10. Cuz I would only give a 10 to like a movie that like moves me emotionally. And Iron Man doesn't like move you emotionally, but it's really good and it's like a fun time, you know. So we did that. It was a good movie. Probably gonna read some more. The real question is, Julio, are you going to read during the reading rush? Because this weekend is the reading rush.
I read almost every day.
Are you gonna read specifically for the reading rush?
Oh,
Are you reading any books?
sure.
What you got on your plate?
Tim Keller.
Tim Keller,
Mm-hmm.
Counterfeit Gods, because I told him to read it.
Yep.
It's good. I hope you like it.
Me too.
We'll see if he picks it up during the reading rush. You have to read during the reading rush!
I'll read.
We'll see. Hey y'all. Today is Saturday, and I am off to the grocery store. Sorry for the lack of updating you lately, but I was reading ferociously because I could not put Beach Read down. It was so readable and so interesting, and the characters were so interesting, and I just kind of just kept reading. After we watched Iron Man, I read until like midnight, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up early this morning at like 7, and all I wanted to do was read until I finished the book. So I finished the book, and I am really surprised at how much I liked it, because I'm not generally a person who gives 5 stars to like romantic, rom-com, contemporary books, but I thought this one was done so well, and I just had a great time at like every moment of reading it. And it also had some like deeper themes. It had some like family drama in there too. It had themes about like trusting and being hurt and trusting again. And I just thought it was so well done and very moving, and it brought me to tears like a couple times. And just something to know about it too, it does have some like profanity, it does have some steamy times, sexy times, so if that's not something that you generally like in books, which is not generally something I like in books either, but I didn't mind this one because the story was so good and the characters were so interesting. And I just appreciate a romantic comedy that like goes into depth with its characters and makes them just really relatable. And that's what you need from a book like that. And it was like the perfect distraction. It was a perfect quarantine distraction. I highly recommend Beach Read. If you haven't read it or bought it, it was a book of the month book. Oh, I just realized I might need to get gas. I'm actually surprised my car is even running right now because it has been sitting for over a week. Our other car actually died and we had to jumpstart it, so I'm kind of surprised this one is working. But I'm on my way to get some groceries, and this is my mask because I don't actually own an actual mask, so I'm just using a scarf and putting it around my face when I go to the grocery store, because I don't know about where you live, but here in California, wherever we go in public, we have to wear a mask. So I'm on my way, getting as many groceries as I can just to make it as far as we can so we don't have to go out very much. I'm a little worried because it's Saturday, and I'm a little worried it's going to be like super crowded at the grocery store. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't actually tried to go to the grocery store on a weekend since all of this went down. I've usually been keeping it to weekdays, but we're out of enough things right now that I kind of can't avoid it. So I'm going on a weekend, and we will see how it goes. I'm back from the grocery store. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty typical for a Saturday as far as like busyness. So it was a little bit difficult to avoid people and do social distancing. That's hard to say. But it was impossible. And we made it out alive. So woohoo. I'm heating up some spaghetti. If you hear some guitar playing in the background, that's my husband. Because he got a new guitar, as you saw earlier. And he really is excited to just practice and play. He's been really wanting to play guitar in this quarantine time, but he's been busy also with school, so I think today he's gonna play guitar probably a lot of the day, which gives me time to both read Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, because that's my next book, although I'm a little bit in a book hangover because Beach Read was so good, and I don't feel like I can start another book, but it is a reading rush, and we are going to. Oh, that's my spaghetti. But while I eat my spaghetti, I'll probably catch up a little bit on some booktube videos because I want to see what's going on this Saturday with people's channels. So I'm gonna do that. Eat my spaghetti. I also want to practice today because I meant to practice flute yesterday and I didn't. I just read. So I think now in between books is a good time to practice. So probably some lunch. Probably some practicing, then probably some Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Woohoo! Alright, folks, we're settling in to start Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Woohoo! And I'm so excited for this beautiful, oh my gosh, look at that. I'm so excited for this beautiful illustrated edition that I just bought, just came in the mail recently. I also made myself a pot of tea, and I love my stone teapot. It's Earl Grey tea right now, and have some cookies for a snack and some sugar for the tea because I have a big sweet tooth, obviously, and I'm excited. It is so gloomy outside, not that you can tell, but it is, and it's perfect for a warm cup of tea and Harry Potter. It is almost 8 p.m. We're having a very late dinner, and I've got my husband here. He was playing guitar all day, which good for him. You know, we got to do the things that we like during quarantine to stay sane. But we are going to watch Harry Potter, the first movie, because after reading a little bit of the Chamber of Secrets, I got like 60 pages in. I'm in a Harry Potter mood. Oh yes, yes, they've seen it, thank you. After getting about 60 pages in, I'm in a Harry Potter mood. So we're gonna watch the first Harry Potter and chow down. I'll turn you around here. We've got some cheese and wine because it's always a good time for cheese and wine. Good morning. It is Sunday, the last day of the Reading Rush Challenge, and I am about 70 pages into Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I'm definitely now in a Harry Potter mood because last night we watched the first movie and it was awesome. And Julio's already asking, when can we watch the second movie? And I told him when I finish this. So he's anxious to watch Chamber of Secrets. So I definitely want to get cracking in this. I don't know if I'll finish it. I probably won't finish it, to be honest, unless I like really go hard. But today's Instagram challenge is to take a picture of a book outside, and I'm debating whether or not I'm going to do it, because anywhere I go outside, neighbors can see me. And do I want to be the crazy lady who is taking pictures of her book, especially like a giant book like this? Like if I like hold it, I feel like I'm gonna look insane. So I don't know. We'll see if I decide to do it. I'm gonna debate a little bit more. But I also want to do some laundry today. I already did some dishes and watched church online, and I want to do my practice routine, practice probably some piano and violin, because I'm insane and I'm practicing 3 instruments at once. So I want to get all those things done first and then treat myself with the rest of the day just like cranking through Chamber of Secrets. So that is the plan before the reading rush ends. Hello there. We are unexpectedly ending the reading vlog here. It's about 5 o'clock on Sunday night, but we are kind of doing a little impromptu trip to my in-laws' house because it is my father-in-law's birthday tomorrow, and we have decided to go visit, and should be fine. Nobody's sick over there. Nobody's sick in my house, so we are gonna go and have a short birthday celebration. But that does mean I am not going to be reading for the evening, because we'll be there most of the evening probably. So we are ending the vlog here. In summary, I read about 80 pages. 80. Did I get to? I didn't get to page 90. About 85 pages of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I read and finished Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I read a little bit of Mistborn. And it was overall, I think, a successful 4 days of reading, even though it got cut short just a little bit. But that's okay. That is life. And I hope you enjoyed this reading rush reading vlog. Let me know what you read, if you participated. How did your reading rush go? Did you do a vlog? I would love to go watch your vlog. Let me know down below in the comments. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. Keep reading great books, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.